Hello and welcome. My name is Esther. I'm an artist, a healer, a spiritualist, a guide. I travel all around the world, ultimately to help others become free and align with their authenticity and especially their heart forces. We are in such a unique time of humanity. And so this is just another way that I help light workers or those of you who are in alignment with the evolution of the earth, of humanity, and taking honestly, the courage and the chance on yourself to really step into your soul's calling. So ultimately, this is Lightworker Messages. So today we're going to look at what you need to know the most right now when it comes to your inner work or healing or grounding to help support you the best in where it is that you're going, your wish fulfillment. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. So very, very powerful cards, Lightworker. So you most likely are already in your call. So you've already listened to the call because you have a lot of foresight, overcoming burden, it looks like here, fast forward movement into the new, and complete wish fulfillment. Wow. Very, very beautiful cards. So we'll bring that one up there actually. So what we're looking at today is where, well, most likely this year in 2025 especially, and probably since 2020 or even possibly prior, you have been doing a lot of inner work and you've really been working on a lot of the shadows, your limitations, your limited beliefs, and really shedding the old. So you've been removing the masks or the false identities of where you really tried to fit in or appease those around you, or even just be a part of culture, but really you probably felt really lonely in those spaces and places because the judgment call, right? This is where it was like a wake-up call this year, especially for humanity, as an opportunity to really wake up and really do the inner work to face themselves and their inner truth. And you've done that. So here, first and foremost, Ten of Pentacles came out. So this is an amazing card. This is all to do with your foundation. So you have really now come into a grounded space within your being. So this year, you most likely have gone through a lot of healing, a lot of inner work, inner recognition, perhaps being more like the hermit, an introspective time, not being as social, but rather really getting to know your inner being, your soul, your spirit, and what it is you want to do in the world through your work, through your entrepreneurship, how you want to help others and the earth, but also how you want to realign with you, with your own inner heart's calling, your peace, your harmony, and quite frankly, your freedom. Because the Ten of Pentacles says you've established that now. Now this is solidified and it's going to be coming in rapidly and in fast movement forward growth. Because the Ten of Pentacles has everything to do with stability and security connected to the root chakra. You're now solid within your being. You know who you are. And you don't need others to fill any void anymore. You're whole within yourself. So now it's a discernment of whom you would like to interact with or spend your time with. And those that you feel you don't align with, you just simply pay it no mind. It's not judged. It's not to say anything's less than. You just understand now the energy matches with your frequency and those who are aligned in the same stream that you are. So with the Ten of Pentacles, that means major prosperity, right? This is success. This is abundance. This is long-term stability and success because this is having financial security and standing on your own. And that cannot be taken from you because everything that you've cultivated, worked through, and created has streamed from yourself. You've done this alone without even really any help. And that's where it's the most miraculous. And that's where the inpouring of this complete prosperity is coming in. So this is where you're going to feel quite comfortable. You're breaking free from traditional establishments and you've literally stepped out of the matrix. I say that a lot in these readings, but it's because it's so true. And it's so important because it's vital for humanity now. And you're going to be helping those who are going to be awakening. You're going to be a leader and a force for those who will need you in the future. So this is why abundance is coming in. It's because it allows you to not only sustain your freedom, but it allows you to carry out your work. And then with the overpour that you have, you can place those extra funds into communities or regeneration of the earth or different areas that you feel are really worthy of the right development that need assistance. So as you've helped you, and as you're going into establishing this profound and solidified, grounded and stable career, entrepreneurship, utilizing your gifts, perhaps your voice, perhaps your healing techniques, perhaps you're online, perhaps you're doing courses, perhaps you're writing books, perhaps you're helping children or schools or intuitive capacities, therapies through sound healing or energy healing or frequency healing or teachings. This is going into the stream that is for the highest good of humanity and Mother Earth herself through the higher consciousness evolution, because this is the turning point we're in, and it's very much up to the individual. But you're going to be one of those light leaders that is so needed, because you are now leading the path for others who will need you in the future. This is also where you're really feeling rooted and strong on the planet herself. So your home is now Mother Earth. So you may find that your work will intercorrelate a lot of travel and going into different communities and cultures and really working to not only train yourself, but train yourself in enhancement of your destiny and your soul's work. Because we are both the teacher and the student. We never stop learning. We know this. And that's why this is so profound, because you hold the humility to still learn and obtain and honor all of the knowledge that's pouring in, all the new connections that are streamlined and truly aligned with your highest good. But you also hold that foresight to see through what is a match for you and what is not. And that's where you've established this culmination of the Ten of Pentacles. That's why this wealth and this stability has overpoured into your life. This is truly the beginning, most likely, of your true life starting. The true you showing up for the first time. Possibly even with those you know closest to you, that may be new for them. And especially you're showing up for humanity, which is the most important. So with this, we'll get any clarifiers, any other advice here, Spirit, for the light workers, anything they need to know in regards to that. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. You left behind a lot of grief. Nine of Swords. So you've gone through immense healing and transformation, and this may have been really painful. Those who did not actually see you for your light and your gifts, and that's okay. Sometimes when we are in a different stream than those who are not yet ready to do their inner work or ready to step out of fear, that can be really challenging because they won't necessarily value you or see you for the power that you actually hold. Nor could they even hear you even when you tried to give advice or good insight, because you really do hold a lot of spiritual wisdom and gifts for the forward movement of humanity. And that is needed, and that is profound. You believed in yourself, but you've had to grieve a lot of saying goodbye to those who did not believe in you or did not see you or did not honor or value you for your highest good, nor did they pour back into you as much as you poured into them. So this is where you may be grieving also your old self, right? Where you had to grieve the false identities you wore. Because when you take off the masks and step into your authenticity, it takes immense courage and strength, and it's scary. And it takes a lot of inner healing and a lot of grief and self-forgiveness of where we held ourselves back or where we made ourselves small to make other people comfortable, or trying to fit in places or environments that you really ultimately never belonged, because it was never actually the true you, and it was never actually the destiny that you were meant for. So this is a grief that you've let go of, and you should be immensely proud, because that is obviously a lot of pain, and a lot of transformation that you've done, especially this year in 2025. And perfectly on time, by the way. This year is the Ouroboros, right? This is our chance as humanity to really do the work. That's the energy of 2025. Those who are willing and really step up to the call, amazing rewards overflow in, because this is exactly the year to do it. Really face those inner fears, really face those delusions and illusions where humanity kept themselves stuck. Now, it's not saying that everyone is going to do that work, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong. However, where your work has been done and why you're so needed and necessary is that you're going to be one of those leaders and one of those change makers, bringing in the new and bringing in the new capacities that will help others reach this in the future, to do that transformative work and truly set themselves free and lead a life more from the heart frequency, the heart forces, because that's where we're evolving to. So I'm so sorry. I'm sending you a lot of love, Lightworker, because this may have been relationships, jobs, environments, homes, cities, towns, locations, friendships, a lot of having to let go of what was not aligned. And that can be really hard, because when you grow and change, anything that's not within that frequency, especially when you elevate your frequency and your consciousness, you can't take everyone with you, right? However, that's okay. There's no guilt there. And there's no judgment there. It's just that everyone has the free will in how they choose to lead their life and how they choose to either limit or let themselves be free. Because to really become free takes a lot of courage, a lot of inner growth, and a lot of inner accountability as well. So immense congratulations to you, because that is now past. You've let go of that. And that's where your energy is really blooming. So you got the Four of Pentacles as well. This is where you're now budgeting, and you're needing to let go of people, possessions, issues, past issues, right? So this is where you still have a little of the ingrained of the past. Naturally, it takes time to truly step into the new. So this is where your throat chakra may be still a little bit blocked, feeling like you can be courageous enough to truly speak your truth around those old energies of past. So let's say you still run into those friends. Let's say you're still at that work for the moment. Let's say you're still in contact with some of those elements, where this is where Spirit's saying your throat chakra has now been freed. So this is really your time of a test, in a sense, to really speak your truth, really hold your boundaries. If there's something you don't agree with or don't like, speak up and say that. Even if in the past you were more of a people pleaser, perhaps you always were quite kind and accommodating and didn't speak up where you really needed to, now is your chance and your call to really say with the heart, like you can be kind through this, to just say, you know what, that's not for me. Or, you know what, no, I don't like this. Or I don't agree with that. Or that's no longer aligned with me. And just understanding that it's okay to be different. Everyone in the world is different, right? Authenticity attracts more authentic people. Those of us those who still struggle to present themselves to the world in a way that is not actually genuine or authentic will breed more individuals that are doing the same, wearing masks, so to speak. So now that you've taken off the mask, that's where you really are now accountable to honor that and really believe in yourself. So there's still a little bit of fear and lack energy. So really working on your heart chakra to study, where is my value still a little bit off kilter? Because, and this is normal actually, because the whole year of 2025 is all about this transformation. So we still have a lot of time to still go through even more. But Spirit's just calling you to really recognize that and really know that you're already wealthy, right? You have an abundance of wealth, and you certainly have a lot coming in. Any other advice on this one here, Spirit, in regards to the Four of Pentacles, holding on to still a little bit of lack there, holding on to the past, holding back the voice a little bit. Wow. Yes. Okay. So this also may be where you need to question, am I afraid to shine? Am I afraid to really be this new version of myself? Because there's nothing to fear and you're ready in that trajectory. So Spirit saying, you know what? You got 9 of Wands. That is a powerful certainty of self, holding that torch. That is the I am. That is inner authority, inner power, taking back your power, being unequitable, complete glow up, being solid, being like, this is who I am. Accept it, take it or leave it. Doesn't matter to me, but if you want to become stronger, I suggest you learn from me, kind of thing. And do the inner work. Very powerful. This is what's emerging, is you're completely, you hold your own autonomy, right? Other people's opinions no longer really hold any weight over what you're going to do. Like, they may want to say things, but you're like, okay, that's nice. But unless it's actually aligned to your beliefs, you're going to pay it no mind. It won't hold any weight. You're no longer in that bending relationship or relationships, right? Or energy. You've alchemized that out. You've gone beyond that and there's no going back. Your power is tapped in, because then you also have judgment. Wow. So answering the higher call. So discipline is going to be necessary. This is discipline through this new emerging of whom you are. Letting go of the old addictions, letting go of old ways of being, old belief systems, but really standing true to that. And knowing it's slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. It's not about being perfect overnight, but it is about holding steadfast to your true north, standing strong in knowing who you are and the direction you're going, and standing strong in your boundaries, not bending to those old energies that used to kind of make you kind of bend or be less than, or put up with things that you really were not okay with, behaviors or words or actions or reactions that were really not honestly okay with you. And that's where judgment is coming in. So really holding that true north, light worker, starseed, earth angel, because this is a powerful, powerful time. Do not veer from the course. Stand strong in that true north, because you're ready in that direction. You're ready in that energy. But this is judgment call. This is where the spiritual realm wants to really see, are you really holding what you're wanting to do? Are you really holding and honoring this new divine path for the betterment of humanity and the earth? And may you stay strong in that, facing your fears, still believing in the self. You may be going along this journey alone because you got judgment again, right? So let's speak about judgment a little bit further here, because this is interesting that you got it twice. So this is truly a turning point, but this is a turning point that is connected to the destiny of your genuine soul spirit, right? The judgment card is a major arcana, and it says, the daily choices I make now align with my life's purpose, right? The daily choices I make now align me with my life's purpose. So this is really where you're going to be responsible for the wisdom you hold, right? With knowledge comes responsibility. And this means really strengthening your boundaries, strengthening your inner worth, not bending to the old conditioning, not bending to the old ways you were, especially with those who were used to you being one way. That's fine. If they're not okay with this new way that you are, then they're not meant for you anyways, because those who are meant for you will always want you to thrive. They will always support your success, and they will always celebrate your glow up. They will always celebrate your success, your wealth, your new prosperity, and all that brings you joy in your life. So this is where your discernment radar is really fine-tuned. So you need to honor that, because this is where you are decisive, right? Hold your composure, because you're in an amazing awakening period. This is crown chakra connected. That is bringing the spiritual into the physical realm. That is working for the spiritual world for the betterment of humanity, being a part of that new wave through the gifts that you're bringing through, regardless of genre that you're in. It is for the highest good, and it is entrepreneurial through the heart. If that resonates with you, then this is absolutely your reading. And it's a very profound reading. This is probably going to go a little bit longer today. This is quite deep. So this is where you have immense forgiveness, not only forgiveness for self, but forgiveness for all those around you. This is where you see the higher view, the understanding of the lessons learned through the obstacles, challenges, and pain that you had to overcome. It's what birthed you into your self-worth. It's what showed you who you are and who you are not. It is what strengthened your being to hold that true sight, and it actually strengthened your spiritual capacities. Now, this is where you will have a mandatory choice that will change your life for the better. So Spirit is really, really, really encouraging you to stand strong in your heart, stand strong in your vision, stand strong in your beliefs, because you may be tested where others may try to diminish what you're doing, may try to question it, pay it no mind. They can't affect you anymore anyways. However, this is holding your true north. You are setting yourself free. You are completely reblooming into the true divine you. This is very powerful. Spirit, any confirmations, any future or further information? Thank you. 6 of Cups. Yeah, exactly. That's because of the inner child work, right? This is how you've reached this judgment call. This is how you've reached this higher capacity. The child within, right? Coming back to that foundation of who you really are. When we're children, we're still open and connected to the spiritual world. We're from 0 to 7. That is the root chakra foundational imprint life cycle of the development of the human being, right? That's where your safety, your security, and your grounding is the foundational that builds you as a human being. So that's coming back to a lot of healing, but also coming back to how were you as a child? What inspired you? What lit you up? What were you connected to? Because that is actually intercorrelated into your divine work now. Because when we're children, we still know who we are authentically. We're not yet conditioned by society and life or the ways that we're brought up or the environments we're in. So this is where you're completely free. And this is where all these cups are leading you to the prosperity of the growth of whom you are now. So this is inner child healing. This is wounds. This is old past elements where maybe you didn't have the easiest childhood, or maybe you were dismissed or diminished when you were younger, or maybe those would not listen to you or hear your wisdom or your voice. That has all healed. That is a part of the judgment. That is why you've obtained this power. Wow. After that, you have the Chariot. So yeah, you're going places, meet this test, follow through this year, continue holding your north, continue and solidify those boundaries. If other people are hurt by it, that is, you're not responsible for the feelings of others, right? If they're hurt by it, then they're not meant for you. Those who are strong in themselves will respect and honor your boundaries. They will also celebrate your success. Remember those elements, okay? Because the Charity is victory. It's overcoming obstacles, right? It's connected to the throat chakra. You're completely free. You're able to express yourself. Doesn't matter. The people who need you, the people that are aligned with you will respect it, value it, and appreciate it. Those who are not, that's none of your business anyways, right? And because this is determination and ambition, the Chariot is like, boom, 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 here we go. We got the star, we got here, we're fast forward movement. It's the balance of yin and yang, light and dark, polarization, alchemy. This is self-discipline, hard work, and focus paying off, right? This is triumphant progress. And this is where you have overcome all those obstacles, which brings you straight into success, like really fast. And it's also about being single-minded, mature, courageous, and skillful. No one, no thing can stop you anymore. You've gone through the portal. You're ready on the other side. You're ready with the new wave of the consciousness evolution. You know this. There's no going back now. So hold steady, hold steadfast, hold those boundaries with those who try to diminish anything or hold you back, because it holds no power anymore. It literally cannot stop you. No one, no thing can take your destiny from you, because it comes from your soul spirit. It comes from the essence of whom you are, why you incarnated into the earth at this time. The affirmation for the Chariot as well is, no obstacles will stop me now. Exactly. No obstacles will stop me now. And so it is. There you go. Incredible. Any clarity on the Chariot? Anything further? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you're coming into complete prosperous harmony. You're going exactly where your soul tribe is. You're meeting those who are aligned. This is so incredible. You got the Page of Cups, right? This is like, and it's even funny because there's a pig here, but it's like people that say, oh, when pigs fly, right? You've truly elevated. You're rising up. You're look at this, right? When pigs fly. No, you're literally proving everyone wrong. Everyone who ever doubted you, everyone who ever thought you were out to lunch, well, unfortunately, they're going to have to see you rise, and they won't be a part of your timeline anymore anyways. So that will be for them to witness, I guess, but none of your business anyways. It doesn't matter. And hopefully it becomes a teacher and a learner that they can do it as well. However, because of this inner work, you've become completely free. If you can't really totally see, but there's light shining from his heart. And he, although he's sitting here, he's also above the ground. He's also elevated. And so that means you hold the higher view, you hold the higher knowledge. You now know how to bring in, manifest, and achieve everything for your highest good and for the highest good of others. Because as you obtain success in yourself, you're going to be the leader to show others the way on the how to do it. And that's why it's so special, because it comes full circle. So those who really honor you, those who actually are there to train with you, I just burped, confirmation. They are going to benefit. So this is leaving behind something of incredible value on the earth. Your spiritual team is immensely proud. And you've also got 2 of Cups. So that is complete wish fulfillment and harmony with your connections coming in and going forward. This is those who are on the same path, in the same consciousness, and even higher. So you're going to be meeting some pretty profound people. You're going to be coming into surrounding yourself with very high vibrational, pure of heart individuals that truly want you to succeed as much as you want them to succeed. This is no longer the old paradigm of competition, walking over the other, diminishing the other. Absolutely not. That is not life. And that is a very sad way to be anyways. And so this is where the rainbows and the overpouring. This is also cultural unity. This is unity of humanity, unity of the environments, unity of Mother Earth and Soul Tribe. This is genuine, lifelong, true, and harmonious prosperity in your relationships, your collaborations, your work itself is going to feel whole and divine. It will light you up. It's purely from the heart, and your spirit is so excited. After that, you've got 10 of Cups, a Piscean card. That is complete fulfillment. That is complete wealth in all ways. That means prosperity and health. That means health in your relationships. That means beautiful places that you live. That means loving what you do every day, loving your work, being lit up by it, being energized by it, being so excited to share and lift others up with you, and having others lift you up in tandem. This is like where you're like, what? Like, this is exciting. Like every day you're just going to feel like, I am so blessed to be alive. I love my life. I love this earth. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. This is like a frequency of pure gratitude in all ways. You are going to pour abundance in all ways. And as you receive all this abundance, you're also going to outpour quality abundance and the highest of the heart intelligence. Wow. Because, okay, the 9 of Cups, and sorry, I think I said 10 of Cups. So sorry about that. 9 of Cups. But that is a lot to do with the sacral energy, right? The sacral is a lot with your imagination, your gifts, your talents, your own uniqueness. Splashing it out, the passion, the freedom to express, to dance, to sing, to be that light in the world. You are going to be seen and you are going to be valued immensely. This is like wishes coming true, right? The 9 of Cups is wishes coming true. It's your dreams realized. It is happiness, it's cheerfulness, it's joy, it's positivity. Like immense achievements. This is like abundance and prosperity in all ways. This is rewards and confidence, that you're going to have such a high self-esteem, but in a humble way, not in a boastful way, just in a gratitude way. Just wanting that for others as well. And really acknowledging the triumphant success of whom you are. This is really recognizing yourself for your true value and your true beauty and your true light, both within and without. And just appreciating life, appreciating all that you are, all that you experience, all that you can give back. It's incredible. And you get to discern where you share that wealth, right? You get to share that wealth with the places that truly are of the higher forces. Those who are really overpouring to regenerate the earth, perfect. You can fund those places. Those who are raising our children in positive ways that actually elevate their capacities, perfect. You can pour into those places. Farm schools, unity, ways that is helping humanity and Mother Earth for the better. That's where your focus is. Oh my gosh, amazing. Oh my gosh. So thank you, Spirit. I fell on the floor. Let's see what this is. Oh, wow. Page of Wands. Exactly. So you're free. You have set yourself free. And the most miraculous thing about this is you've done it alone. You've liberated yourself. You know, you most likely did this in silence and most likely had to do it alone because you didn't have anyone to help you, except for your spiritual team or Mother Nature or your inward meditations or healing practices, and really not losing sight of that true north. You should be immensely proud. Look at this energy around her. The wand, she's throwing it up in the air. She's dancing. She's free. She's liberated. And with this wish fulfillment of your major wishes coming true, that has everything to do with the sacral energy. And this feels very sacral. You're dancing, you're free, you're liberated, free to express, and free to be you. No longer concerned by the judgments of others or holding yourself back just because it appeases someone else. Amazing. So what you've let go of, you've definitely let go of the burden and the hardship. So, light worker, I'm so sorry. I feel like people probably do not realize how much pain you had to kind of silently move through. So my heart goes out to you, because here you have the burden, right? You've let go of the 10 of Wands. You've really been building everything on your own. You haven't had much help. And it's honestly where you're finally putting down the burden, right? This is where you were overloaded, you were stressed out, anxious. You felt like you had so much weight on your shoulders, so much pressure, figuring things out, learning, studying, navigating how to implement, your soul's passion, and navigating everything on your own, possibly even maybe even being made fun of behind the scenes. People that know you or old circles probably ridiculed you or doubted you or thought, they didn't understand what it was you were doing. And so there may have been some talking behind your back that was not very kind. And you felt that because you're also a highly intuitive being. So that would have been really sad to know that truth and not to have to say anything, but to still forge forth in knowing who you are. So I'm really sorry, because that's where you've been very saddened. It was like an uphill struggle, and you took on your stuff and other people's burdens. You may have taken on energy that was not even yours, that probably made you feel weird and discombobulated, anxious, overwhelmed, stressed out. All of this intensity, that's all behind you, because you also have the hardship with the Five of Pentacles, right? That's also behind you. This is where your root chakra had to be healed, and it was. And this is also where your throat chakra, your self-expression, had to be healed, because people probably laughed at what you had to say, or they didn't appreciate it. They couldn't understand it because they're just not in that consciousness. So I'm really sorry, because your voice was highly diminished and not valued for the wisdom that you really are. Because this is where, with the Five of Pentacles, you probably in the past experienced a lot of financial hardship, always overpouring and not really receiving back what your value was. That is gone now. Now that has been cleared, because you really felt like you were in a crisis recession, like you felt abandoned by the people that you thought loved you, because they just really didn't see you. They wanted an idea of you, but when it really came to the authentic you, it was not respected or seen. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and you probably were left out in the cold as well. You probably went through a period of hardship where you really had to pick yourself up by yourself, without really any help, and really start fresh, start from the beginning again, to rebuild all on your own. So my heart goes out to you, because and just know that this was for your highest good, right? Those who didn't actually help you out of their own free will and actually lend a hand or apologize or anything like that, that's not your fault. They just can't come with you. You're in a, yeah, you've set yourself free from that old energy, because that's where you felt like the world was against you. You felt probably pretty alone even when you're around people, because you didn't feel like you could connect to them. You also probably struggle with like small talk and different things like that, because you do hold a very high intellect and you do have a very high spiritual insight and intuitive capacities, whether or not others really believed that you did or could even see it. So that may have been painful, because that could have been friends, family, lovers, people really close to you, that really kind of diminished or just honestly couldn't see it. And that's okay. The thing with energy is that, hold grace, but also pay it no mind, right? It's free will. Everyone's on a different path. Nothing is necessarily right nor wrong. However, you know who you are, but that doesn't mean that this didn't hurt. This was probably really painful to know and to feel and to be around, especially when people say things to your face with a smile, pretending like they care, and really that in their mind they've, behind the scenes, not so kind. And certainly not supportive or honoring you for your gifts, but rather laughing at it because they didn't see it. Well, not your problem anymore. So that's okay. I mean, Bless the souls of those who, yeah, it's not for you. You've moved beyond it, so it's okay. No longer will hold any power over you. Oh, wow. The clarifier outcome because of that, and because you've just held a lot of grace, even when you were really deeply hurt, you still held grace. You were probably still really kind to these people, even though you knew what was really going on. This is amazing because your outcome and your blessing, because of the grace and the kindness and the higher heart that you handled through this, you've got the world. And look at all this sacred geometry. You're now within the higher frequency. You're now within the higher frequency of the earth. You are with the consciousness evolution, and actually you're one of the most profound and needed lights. You know, all of us have a task. You've met the task, you've answered the call, you're in it. And this is fast forward movement, because the world means you're moving. You're a moving baby. You're probably working around the world. You are untouchable. You are unstoppable. No one, no thing can really affect you anymore. And you also have complete peace and protection, because they can try to, you know, they can't affect you. That's the karma here. Is you now feel, it's not that you feel nothing towards those who hurt you, but it's you've forgiven it. So it no longer holds any power over you. You've done the work through the heart. That's amazing. Because after that, you have foresight, 3 of Wands, new journeys. New journeys. Wow. And making investments. Exactly. So you've got the 7 of Pentacles, lucky number 7. That's really knowing the I am, right? 7 of Pentacles is connected to the solar plexus. This is where it's like things coming to fruition. Fast, boom, boom, boom. The foresight of the 3 of Wands, that's intuitive capacities. That's the higher sight. Seeing beyond what most can see. And that has a lot to do with like travel, forward movement, foreign lands, foresight, forward planning. You're moving, baby, and you're moving fast. And you've got a lot of self-confidence, self-belief, complete freedom. And freedom to do what you want. No one can tell you what to do anymore. You're successful, you're happy with your choices and outcomes, and you work alone. So that's where this is so profound and powerful, because no one has any say over it, because you've built it for yourself. And yeah, you're just living your life now, completely free. This is where all your hard work has paid off, because you're truly experiencing life for the first time. That's very powerful. 3 of Wands. Wow, wow, wow. And then also with the 7 of Pentacles, that is like things coming to fruition from your hard work, right? It's finally paying off. You're finally harvesting the rewards. You're actually seeing it in real time. You're actually seeing it in your physical world. And that is powerful, because this is where your manifestations and your ideas, your intuitive capacities that you're about to birth out and show to the world, that came from you. That came from your soul, your destiny. It's untouchable. There is no competition. And it's needed in the earth. So it's also supported by the spiritual world. Hence the judgment earlier. Wow. Because this is nurturing like all your perseverance, your patience, your planning. You've been dedicated. You've been waiting probably years for this. Years and years. Years and years. And just so desperately and deeply in your heart, knowing there was something bigger, knowing you were meant for something bigger, a higher view, a higher call. And you were always stuck because those around you, they kept you held back in some way, whether that was family or friends or close relationships, because they didn't have that higher view. And because you are so powerful, sometimes others can unconsciously, not want you to rise. And what a sad thing, because yeah, but that's okay. That's in the past, right? That's where you've got the world coming in and no longer having that energy have any effect on you. And that's why this new established foresight, intuitive capacities, and forward movement into traveling, into expressing your gifts for the whole world. Like your knowledge is going to help a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people come out of suffering, out of lack, limitation, and truly become liberated and free with whom they really are in their authenticity and in honor of their own heart. Respect, self-respect. That's incredible. Worth, value. Any clarity on that, Spirit? Thank you. Anything else? Nope, just the one. Brilliant. Closing. Oh my gosh. Well, you've done it. The High Priestess. One of the highest in the entire tarot deck. The moon on your forehead. The stream. You are solid. You are powerful. You are untouchable. You are of the light. You are of the evolution of the earth. Humanity needs you. You've answered the call. You believed in yourself even when all those delusions and illusions around you tried to still hold you back. You never lost sight. And now you will rise. And I'm so immensely honored to do this reading. You have stepped into your divine destiny. No one, no thing can take it from you. High honor, high regard from the spiritual world. Hold fast, hold true. You are honored, protected, free, liberated, full of grace, peace, and love. Wow. Thank you for your service and what you do. If you've made it this far, and what a profound reading. My gosh, these readings keep getting more and more profound. I'm so immensely grateful for all of you light workers, starseeds, earth angels, all of you beautiful gifted souls that are really pouring into humanity's betterment. I am so immensely humbled to do these readings. If you've gone this far and you want to claim this reading, please share some hearts below in the comments, like, subscribe, and I just thank you for being here. And especially if you saw this, it's even more miraculous because I am so rare and unknown on YouTube because I don't really, I just do this as another form of how I share and help. And you should be immensely proud because this is an amazing transformative reading, and this is a profound reading, and you have major success, wish fulfillment. It's all actually coming in now. If you haven't already experienced it, holy world, wait and watch. Watch out, world. Many blessings, and thank you so much for leading from your heart, because that is the future of humanity. Cheers.